My name's Alodia Ibarli, and I am half white and half Filipino. Wait, you're Filipino? But you look white. Yeah, you probably wouldn't catch that last part at first impression. I'm blonde, I have pretty pale skin, and I don't speak Tagalog. Although my last name is Filipino and I'm a second generation immigrant, the white parts of me tend to stand out more. Well, yeah, you bleach your hair, you don't speak Tagalog. It doesn't seem like you're really involved in your Filipino heritage, are you? I think you just want to act like you have something else in you. Yeah. Thanks to people like that, half of my identity gets erased because I don't fit into the stereotypical Asian look, despite the race in my face when a lot of people find out about my other half. Today, I want to explore the struggles of whitewashing and the complexity of mixed identity, because it's becoming a growing reality for millions. According to the US Census, which I got from my friend René Exley's essay, 33.8 million people identified as mixed race in the year 2020, a sharp rise from 6.8 million in the year 2000. Despite this growth, mixed individuals continue to feel misunderstood and forced into predefined boxes. Let's begin with a personal story. Meet Daniel Murphy. Daniel is Japanese and white, but didn't realize he was Japanese until he was around 8 to 10 years old. Are you really Asian? You don't look like it at all. He experienced that a lot. As his mom dyed her hair blonde, his family appeared white to the outside eye. He remembers asking why his grandma was Asian, which was his first clue. I can only imagine how the family went down for that. Their kid asking why they're Asian. However, as he grew older, he tried to embrace his Japanese side, getting tattoos of Mount Fuji and the Japanese flag. But even with these symbols, people told him he wasn't Asian enough. Daniel explained feeling split, wanting to learn his culture, but feeling rejected by the community meant to welcome him. Why do you have those tattoos? You don't even look Asian. Why are you bothering? And why are you just trying to make yourself look like something you're not? You're white. You're not Japanese. It's a painful reality for many, wanting to embrace who you are, only to be told you don't belong. Additionally, Daniel faces racism when people find out about his Japanese heritage. He also shared how some people ignore his heritage entirely, seeing him as just white, while others accept him as Asian but then subject him to stereotypes. This isn't just about personal stories. This is a systemic issue. This was a photo of the first interracial couple to get married in the United States, in Loving versus Virginia in 1967. That was 58 years ago. Within a lifetime, some of our parents and many of our grandparents were alive to see this law change. Although mixed individuals exist because of this change, they're still questioned day to day. However, this isn't just a small issue that many children are dealing with in small communities. This is something that's shown publicly with biracial celebrities. Halsey is a biracial singer with a black father and a white mother. She identifies as a black woman but acknowledges her white passing appearance. However, she still receives criticism daily for it. A person on Twitter that I saw from 2 days ago says, "I always forget Halsey's black." Yeah, well, that's because she's not, because she's white passing. Despite her being half black, she's called a white person, and many people don't want to accept her in the community because she's famous and because she used her white power to get things that she didn't want or get things that she wants. But this isn't true for many. She isn't the only one. Halle Berry, with a black father and a white mother, has also faced scrutiny about her racial identity. Her mother said before in an interview, "I feel she's black. I'm black, and I'm her mother." She believes in the one-drop rule, which sparked debates about racial identity and biracial autonomy. These stories show the complexity and the pressure biracial individuals face navigating their identity constantly, especially with the public eye. Just because you're half anything doesn't mean that you are that. You look white, so you're not black. But what does the research say? Cleveland et al. Says that mixed-race individuals face identity questioning and adapt their behavior based on social context. One interviewee felt disconnected from their black side, raised primarily by their white mother. Another felt pressured to act more Latina around Hispanic family, but was told they also weren't Hispanic enough at school. Yu et al. Define perceived racial ambiguity, where mixed individuals are questioned, stared at, or misclassified. Sandra Winn Tutwiler found that mixed-race youth often feel excluded in schools. And this is shown when René shared that she didn't even realize she was different until school, where everyone else identified with one race, but she identified as two. Another layer to mixed identity is how colorism in media portray mixed individuals. Colorism, which is a bias favoring lighter skin tones, is an issue within many communities, including Asian, Black, and Latinx groups. Lighter skin mixed people, like many who are white passing, often receive privileges, but also feel disconnected from their cultural roots. Well, yeah, you either get the privilege of being white or you get the privilege of having culture. You can't pick one or the other just because you're mixed. That's not true. We are everything, nothing, and everything in between. We are mixed. We are not just one or the other. And this deals with many lighter-skinned mixed people, like many who are white passing, who often receive privileges but also feel disconnected from their cultural roots. This privilege can come with its own challenges, feeling too white for one side and not enough for the other. Either way, you're angering someone. Media often whitewashes mixed-race characters, portraying them as fully white or ignoring their mixed heritage altogether. This erasure contributes to the invisibility of authentic mixed experiences and impacts how mixed individuals see themselves. We only have a couple shows that talks about being mixed, and they aren't really that many. And it's not always for everyone. Sometimes it's just about being half black and half white. But you don't see a lot, especially for half Asians, half white, that literally look just white. Or even Latinx people who are half Latina and half white. You don't see much for them. Increasing mixed representation in film, television, and advertising is vital for everyone, mixed of anything. It doesn't have to just be white and something. It could be any mixture of anyone. To challenge stereotypes and validate diverse identities, this is necessary. So, what even is mixed identity? Merriam-Webster defines mixed race as having parents or ancestors of different races. That sounds about right. What about, that's what you want, right? You want mixed people with different parents and different ancestors. Well, yes, but by that definition, almost everyone is mixed race, given the history of colonization between everyone. I feel like if you look into an ancestry test, almost every single person will have some part that's not pure blood of a certain ethnicity or race. This identity is far more than just having parents or ancestors that are different races. It's a complex experience shaped by culture, appearance, and perception. When I interviewed Daniel and René, I asked them what they would tell their younger selves. Daniel said that he would tell his younger self to accept and be proud of who he is. He also emphasized finding people who accept you instead of trying to force others to understand, because not everyone will. René said that she's learned that being mixed is about being comfortable with the complexity. This is really powerful because we are complex and different, and it's not a simple black and white issue. The reflections show that while the struggles are real, so is the strength of embracing every part of who you are. So I urge all mixed individuals, never feel pressured to erase any part of who you are. And to everyone else, keep an open mind, celebrate diversity, and never erase someone's story. I worry about my future kids, who will be mixed like me, and what challenges they may face in a world that still struggles to understand and accept mixed identities. That's why it's urgent. We keep talking, keep educating, and keep fighting for a future where no one feels erased or forced into a box. Identity is not something to just be simplified and defined. It's an experience, a story, and a life behind these definitions. I hope you learned something today, whether you are mixed and found your experience reflected in these stories, or you gained a new understanding of what it means to navigate identity. Thank you for watching.